We're back
for day 8 of our 10-day weigh down, and it's exciting because we're nearing the finish line.
Yes, we are.
So,
are you glad that we're almost done?
Are you glad that you're almost done? Well, we hope that you're glad that this maybe intensity is done, but we hope that you're going to continue on this healthy lifestyle for a long time, forever.
Yeah, because that's the goal.
That is the
goal. Isn't for you to do it for 10 days and then
just ditch it all.
Yeah.
No, because what good is that? You got to carry forward all these good decisions that you've been making.
Yeah.
So
speaking of good decisions, today we're talking all about making good decisions.
That's right.
And making sure that your decisions line up with your weight loss goals, which honestly is kind of a complicated topic.
It can be very complicated, yes. So get ready to talk about making good decisions, because we have to think about that every single day of our life, because we eat every single day of our life, unless we're sick or unless we're fasting for something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can't just forget about food, even though sometimes we feel like we want to or we wish we could. We can't, because our bodies need fuel.
Yeah. Hello, Marinda. This will only be the beginning for me. Nice.
Yay.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
And hi, Joan. Glad you could make it.
It's the beginning of a journey. And I'm going to say the only way we transform in our journey is to keep moving forward, like to keep on living a healthy lifestyle. I heard this analogy today about like golfers, like after 50 years, what does a golfer do? They're still working on their swing.
Oh boy.
Right? They never give up. They're always trying to get a better swing. That is the goal for life. So in a weight loss journey or in a healthy living journey, after 50 years, we're still not giving up. We are going in it for the long haul, and we're still working on the swing. We're working on the better lifestyle. Yeah. So that's just such a good analogy.
Yeah, that is a really good analogy. And golf is such a good one, because it is one of those things that, most other sports people tend to stop playing by a certain age, but golf?
Nope. They
ramp it up once they retire, right?
That's right. They're well into their 80s and maybe 90s, but they don't stop. And you know what? Most golfers, if they're true golfers, they don't just golf once a week. They're golfing, or they're doing a bucket of balls or whatever. They are constantly doing their thing. and
so, if they're not doing it, they're probably watching swing tips on YouTube.
They are.
or watching golf on TV. How boring is golf on TV?
Or they're in the coffee shop talking about golf, or they're reading a magazine about golf. Like, golfers are in it to win it. They're in it for life. And that's what we want you to be. In it for life. In it to win it. Keep talking about it. Keep going forward. Keep moving your body. Keep
I think the biggest thing is learn to love it.
Yeah.
Right? And that sounds like an oxymoron when we talk about losing weight, but that's why we say so much. We have to make a healthy lifestyle for ourselves that we love, because we have to love the journey. Otherwise, we will not stick with it. If you think about a golfer, if they hate the game of golf, do you think they're going to play golf for 50 years? I doubt it. Then do something else, right? So the same is true for us then that way. If we hate what we're doing, do you think you're going to do it for the rest of your life? Absolutely not.
That's why we constantly talk about finding joy in the journey. Like, we have to have the joy. And the joy comes from the Lord.
Yeah.
And how do we get that? By surrendering our journey every morning. It just brings you joy. As I was laying in bed this morning, I was praying for the community, praying for those who are doing this challenge. And I was like, thank you, Jesus, that we can do this. We don't have to do it. We get to do it. And help me to find joy. Help me to keep moving forward. And thank you for giving me a healthy body. There's so much. Wow, there's just so much we can be grateful for. And even though we can be in difficult circumstances, we can still change our attitude and find joy.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of, making this a lifestyle that you love, that's why we're so big on using moderation and portion control, so that we don't eliminate food groups, right? Because if you think about your life going forward, and saying, I'm never going to eat bread again, I'm never going to eat chocolate again, I'm never going to do this, you're never going to want to live like that, is really what you're saying.
That's right. Never, ever.
And so, really that's the beauty of our plan. That's the beauty of what we teach, is that it is sustainable for the long haul because we're just living life in moderation, right? Without eliminating food groups, without all these absolutes, like I'm never going to do this or I'm never going to do that. Nope, we're just going to continue living.
Hallelujah. Can you give us an amen? Can you give us a thumbs up? Are you going to continue the lifestyle? Are you going to be in it for the long haul? Because give us a comment right now. And while you're giving us a comment, I just want to say, Joan, I love your hubby's thing. It says, goodbye tension, hello pension. I just thought that was the best. That was just amazing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, look at that.
I love that.
I got it here for looking at
awesome.
it again. I just love it. And really, when I was thinking about that, I thought, that just really applies to what we're doing here. Goodbye tension. Maybe it's not hello pension, but it's hello something. It's just like hello joy. Like that doesn't rhyme, I know. But it's
we'll work on it.
But it's like getting rid of the tension, getting rid of the overall overwhelm just makes you smile. It brings you joy. And that saying just brought me a really good laugh. I loved it.
That's perfect. I love that. So today we want to talk about making decisions that line up with our goals. Hi, Margie. She's in it to win it. Woo! The dessert, etc. today, I didn't want any of them, Joan.
Yay!
Amazing.
Wow, Joan, tell us why you didn't want any. Tell us your feelings around that. Like, did you feel, oh, I want some, but I'm not having any because I don't want to ruin what I'm doing? Or did you just truly not desire a sweet thing? Like your cravings for sweets were gone. What was it? Was it just a decision that was going to align with your goal? Mm-hmm. What was it that made you just not have it? Because sometimes looking back, like next time you're struggling with, should I eat that?
Yeah.
Then you can think about this time when it was so maybe easy for you. And why was it easy?
Yeah.
It's really good to look back and see why you had good progress.
She said she had no desire for them.
Wow.
Yeah, which is awesome.
That is awesome. I'm going to say your cravings are gone because you're doing so well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But speaking of making decisions that line up with our goals, we want to ask you, if you're here watching, if you have ever downloaded our Should I Eat That guide. Because when we talk about making decisions that line up with our goals in order to lose weight, that sounds like such a silly thing to talk about, right? Like, of course you're going to make decisions that line up with your goals, but we don't.
That's right.
That's the thing, right?
So it isn't that silly.
No, it sounds like, well, duh. But we don't do it, right?
It's that common sense piece that we talked about yesterday.
Yeah. Well, and then I think it's temptation and cravings and all of those things that we kind of like wane in our resolve to meet our goals, and we tell ourselves all these excuses, all these reasons why, oh, one time won't matter, oh, I'll just do it this time, oh, I'll start again tomorrow, oh, I did well yesterday, so I'll have it today, oh, this, oh, that. Like, we justify and make excuses for why it's okay to, like, we rationalize away our decisions to the point where then they don't line up with our goals at all.
And one bad decision just starts snowballing into the next bad one, the next bad one. Whereas if we make one decision where we're going to eat off track, like the 90-10 or the 80-20 rule, then make the next decision count.
Yeah.
Don't make two bad choices. You know what? That makes such a difference. You just got to get right back on track.
Yeah, exactly. Joan says, the waitress said, didn't you like your food? Because I didn't finish it. I said, no, it was awesome. I have to take the other two home for dinner. Perfect.
Yeah, that's awesome, Joan. Well, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and Margie said, I would have wanted them, Joan. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Margie, for that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, our Should I Eat That decision-making guide, it's a 5-step decision-making guide that we came up with for losing weight. And, really, as I was going through my own weight loss journey, I so often I would be in the midst of trying to make a decision about, should I eat that? Right? And it's this it's like the little cartoons, right? With the angel and the devil on one shoulder, right? And it's like, should I eat that? Yeah, you should. No, you shouldn't. Yeah, you should. No, you should. And it's just like back and forth because you want to eat it, but you kind of know you shouldn't, and you want to, and which way is going to win? And so I decided for myself that I needed to break down the decision into like some logical questions to actually ask myself to get my head like out of the emotion behind if I was going to eat something, or out of the like temptation, out of the desire, to actually go, what am I doing here? Okay, so the 5 steps go like this. Why am I here to eat this? You got to ask yourself that first of all. Is it because you're actually hungry? Is it because...
Are you emotionally eating?
Yeah. Are you indulging in something because you're choosing to?
Are you eating because you want more because it tastes so good?
Yeah. Is it a craving that you just are like giving into? Like, why am I here to eat this?
Are you mindlessly eating?
Yeah, that's a big one. And so when you ask yourself that right away, it kind of stops you in your tracks and you go like, yeah, I guess I should think about that. And often I found for myself, I would go, I don't really know because I am not hungry.
That means you need a drink of water.
Yeah.
Right? Have a glass of water, at least 8 ounces, and then ask yourself, now, am I really hungry?
Yeah, or why am I here to eat this?
Yeah.
So ask yourself that once you answer that question, and sometimes we're there to actually indulge in something, not overindulge, but to just, have our 20% thing, right? And that's okay. But then we still have to ask ourselves the next series of questions. The second question is, am I choosing or am I cheating? And we haven't actually talked about that on this challenge.
And that'll be tomorrow's topic.
Yeah. But it's a big topic, right? Because we don't cheat, we choose. And so we've got to make sure that when we are going to eat something, that we are taking full ownership and full responsibility of the decision, and we're not sloughing it off and making every excuse and rationalizing away the decision.
No, that's right. But having said that, if we are choosing to eat it, we still have to portion control. And that's the next... I missed one. Yeah. But I'm going to say it. I'm just going to say it now. You still have to say, am I going to portion control? Because it's never okay to overindulge. The Bible talks about overindulgence, and it's not a good thing. We have the fruit of the Spirit. If we are believers, we have the fruit of the Spirit in them, and we need to develop them. We need to use self-control then. Mm-hmm. So it's never a good idea to overindulge.
No. We should always use portion control no matter what it is that we're doing.
Yeah. But after we decide to choose whether we're choosing or cheating, because we'll talk about that again tomorrow, but does the decision align with our goals? That's a really big question, because what do I really want? Do I really want to lose weight? Or do I actually like myself and I don't mind if I stay right where I am? Because those are 2 very distinct differences. Mm-hmm. If you're okay with where you're at, then maybe it's okay to eat a little bit more, right? Because there's a fine line of where you're going to lose weight and where you're going to maintain.
A very fine line.
It's very fine.
Yeah, exactly. And so asking yourself that, does this decision align with my goal to lose weight? That again, there's a lot of nuance and subtlety to that question, because like we've just finished saying prior to talking about this 5-step decision-making guide, we have to make this a lifestyle that we love, that we can sustain, that's just a healthy lifestyle, which means that sometimes we are gonna have the thing. So sometimes having it does align with your goal because it's making it into a lifestyle that you love and that you like and that you want to continue living so that you can keep living. But we have to ask ourselves how often we're allowing ourselves to do that, because exactly what you just said, the line between maintaining and actually losing weight, like you can cross over that line without even knowing it.
Yeah, without very, very quickly, because it can be 500 calories a day. And in our plan, you don't have to worry about any of that. It's all done for you. But that's why you have to portion control. If you're not portion controlling, you're over the limit, and then you won't lose. Yeah. You might maintain. But that fine line is so crucial. And, I'm going to just give you an example. Well, we had Bible study at our house last night, and I'm on a challenge with you. And so when it's the way we do it is when we host, someone else brings dessert. And, it's really easy for me to put out dessert and not have it. But it's harder for me when someone else brings dessert. because I want to taste their dessert. But I didn't have any. I chose to say, no thanks, I'm doing this challenge and I'm going to stay true to it. And my husband and I both didn't have any, and I'm going to tell you, it was a big, rich, thick, beautiful looking chocolate cake. And it goes so well with coffee and tea, right? But as there was I'm going to say 11 people indulging in chocolate cake, there was 3 of us who didn't. And I loved what the lady said who brought the dessert. She said, no, I'm not forcing this on anyone. She said, I'm not going to ruin or sabotage anyone's healthy living ideals. And I thought, wow, that was so nice to hear. She wasn't going to push food. And I think that's the first time I've ever heard that at a Bible study.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It was just amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So we just have to make sure that our decisions align with our goals. And chocolate cake yesterday didn't align with my goal for this challenge.
Right.
So
yeah,
didn't have it. Yeah. So the next one is the 5th step.
Well, the 4th one is using portion control, which we kind of already talked about a little bit. And the 5th one is, if you are still going to proceed with eating it after asking yourselves all of those questions, we got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because if we don't enjoy it, then it's not worth having. And if we feel guilt about eating it, then we have some different kind of work we have to do to fix our relationship with food, because at that rate, that needs some work, right?
Yeah,
if we can't enjoy what we're choosing and making decisions that align with our goals and using portion control, then that's kind of a separate issue, right?
Yeah, because we don't want the devil wreaking havoc on you for choosing to have something.
Yeah.
If you're going to have it, please enjoy it.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's useless calories in your body. If you're going to have the guilt, it's not worth having it.
Yeah.
And the devil wants to give you the guilt. He wants to play havoc with your mind. And that's where we have to say, no, I'm going to enjoy this now because God is giving me the freedom to enjoy this food. And that's called food freedom, when we're choosing and it aligns with our goals.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the 90-10 rule for this challenge, whatever.
Yeah.
And Miranda, thank you for the happy dance. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We see your question there, Joan. We'll answer it in 1 second.
Yeah.
I think if you have our Should I Eat That guide, the last page of it is the overarching piece of this whole puzzle, which is surrendering the journey and inviting God into the journey. And that goes above and before all of these 5 questions in our decision-making guide. Kind of like we've talked in this challenge, your 4 steps each day starts with surrendering it.
Yeah.
So if you want a copy of our 5-step decision-making guide, you can just go to shouldiEatThat.com and you can grab your copy there. Yeah, if you type it in there, that would be awesome. It might be in the description a little bit further down, but it's a couple pages long. It walks you through those 5 steps, and it's really helpful if you get that into your head, because like I said earlier, every time you find yourself at the fridge or at the drive-through or here or there or wherever at the Bible study with the chocolate cake, you can ask yourself those questions. Why am I here to eat this? Even that one question alone,
I know,
can help to change.
It's like a pattern interrupt.
Yeah.
It's like my word has for years been cancel. If I say to myself, if I'm going for food or whatever, and I just say to myself, cancel, it makes me just stop and think, is this really what I want to do? Should I eat that?
Yeah.
And so those pattern interrupts are really good because it just does something in your brain and it goes click.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I just did put the link in the chat. Afterwards, you won't be able to see it unless you go back.
I can edit the description and put it in there. So if you're watching the replay, you can find the link in the description.
Yeah. Very good.
So Joan's question, she says, I have almond milk here, but I heard Casey say she uses cashew milk. Is one better than the other?
We're going to say they're both good. They're both, one isn't really that much different than the other. They're both a nut milk. We find that cashew milk works better in certain soups than almond milk. Lots of times almond milk just has a different enough flavor that the cashew milk maybe is a little bit I don't know if sweeter is the right word.
It's
but
kind of smoother. It doesn't
smoother,
have that
yeah.
like bitterness kind of that the almonds do.
But I'm forgetting what milk I have right now. Nature's Earth. I'm going to go quickly look. But the brand of almond milk I have from Costco, I really like it because it doesn't have that either. It's better. I'm just going to go look.
Most vegans, I find, and I'm not vegan by any stretch of the imagination, but most of them use cashew milk or cashew cream as a replacement for dairy. And I find like with any sort of cream-based soup, or like if you're making like an Alfredo sauce or anything like that, the cashew milk it tastes closer to regular dairy than almond milk. And almond milk is fine. Like Ruth usually has almond milk. I usually have cashew milk just because that's what my kids are used to. But sometimes actually we've been having a hard time finding cashew milk lately. And so I've been buying, it's a hybrid one. It's almond cashew. Is it almond cashew that I've been buying? And it's like higher in protein. It's quite good too. It's in a, Joan, you're in Canada too. It's in a blue container.
But I'm going to show you this one. It's called Earth's Own. This is a really, really smooth almond milk I have found. Like we just really, really love it.
I've never tried that one.
Yeah.
It's at Costco.
It's 0 sugar. It has potassium, calcium, iron, all the vitamins.
Joan says that's when she buys.
Oh yeah. So this is a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know like there's different trains of thought on nut milks and stuff too, like with everything. And you know, the big reason I want to say, well, there's multiple reasons why we choose to use more like milk alternatives. It's not that we eliminate dairy, but one of the big things is the sugar content in dairy versus nut milks. Like there's 0 sugar.
I know, and there's lactose in dairy, and so it all adds up.
Yeah.
Not that it's so bad for you, it's that it adds up. And I'm also going to say that I've had, I used to get leg cramps a lot, like Charlie horses in my calves. And a person that I used to work with, lots of you know him, Dr. Grant, he told me to switch to almond milk. And he said my leg cramps would go away. And I was a real latte girl, because as most of you know, we used to own a coffee shop. And I was the person that said, I'm never going to drink almond milk.
Yeah, I actually remember that when we had the coffee shop, because I was drinking almond milk back then for my skin.
Like,
and you were like, oh, this is so gross.
So
that's funny.
I'm going to say, you know, humble pie, I had to rethink that. I had to be open-minded. I had to renew my mind on some things, and that was one of them. And when I switched, and now I can't stand dairy, it's really your taste buds just change. Your taste buds get used to what you're doing. So even if you don't really like something and you know it's better for you, you can train yourself. Now I can't stand having regular dairy milk. And so since I switched, I have not had any Charlie horses now in my calves for years now. And that alone is worth drinking almond milk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those Charlie horses, when you wake up in the middle of the night, they are not pretty. They're not fun, right? If you've had them, then you understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's other reasons too, but that's why we love it. It's just a good source of calcium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing we wanted to just talk a little bit about, besides the 5-step decision-making guide, is thinking about this. We like to say there's good, better, and best choices. Now, good choices can look one way, and let's talk about dairy. You know, dairy milk is a good choice. To me, almond milk is a better choice. And then there's almond milk with sugar, and so almond milk without sugar would be the best choice. That's good, better, and best.
Totally. Yeah. And we can use that good, better, and best scenario to, like, you know, when we go out to eat, or like Joan at your retirement party, or, you know, when we go over to a friend's house, or when somebody brings dessert to your Bible study or whatever. Like, there's good choices, there's better choices, and then there's the best choice. And so sometimes we don't have control over what's being served, right? If we go to somebody's house for dinner and they've made something to eat and you're the guest, you don't have options, right? So you have to make the best choice given the circumstance that you're in. And in that case, like the best choice, if somebody's made something that, you know,
lasagna, garlic toast, and Caesar salad.
There you go. That's a great choice. We got to use portion control, right? That's the way to make the best outcome given the circumstances that you're in, right? You could maybe say no thanks to the garlic toast because that wouldn't really be super offensive to pass on the garlic toast. Portion control your lasagna and have some salad. And if there's other veggies, load up on some veggies, right? You could pass on the soda.
Yeah, that's right.
You could pass on the dessert, right? You could drink water, you could drink tea. So how can you make the best choices in the circumstance that you're in?
That's right. And often, if you go out, you don't like, if you feel like you need a special drink, have a tonic water, club soda with lime. That's,
I'm drinking, it's a soda water with lime right now.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I know. And if you start to do that, you won't feel like you're missing out. It will be something special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's lots of different ways that we can incorporate good, better, and best. Like the 5-step decision-making guide, that's a really good guide.
I want to say it's the best guide.
Well, I'm going to say that's a really good thing. Doing your own healthy living plan would be the better thing. And to me, the best thing would be the 10-day WeighDown Plan.
There you go.
That would be the best
Even
thing.
better. Well said. Yeah.
So you just have to work, use what works for you, because everything that works for us isn't going to work for you. Everything that works for you is not going to work for us. We all have a different life. We all have a different set of circumstances that we're living in. We all have different trials and tribulations, because the Bible says in this world you will have trouble, but it doesn't say that we're supposed to just ditch everything and stop the healthy living. No, it says renew your mind every day, surrender the journey. Like his word is a lamp unto our feet, a light unto our path. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. Keep on doing what we know we're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Keep on treating your body like a temple each and every day. Just use common sense. First of all, surrender. Use common sense and use the 5-step decision-making guide, because that alone will help you make good decisions.
Yeah. I want to just talk about another example about the good, better, best that I've really been, and most of us are thinking about these days, and that is balancing the good, healthy food with your budget. Yes. Right? Because the cost of food, like you all know, has gone through the roof in the last few years. And so even on our plan, there's a few things these days that I don't buy very often because it has gotten so pricey for us here, and it's different in different areas where you go. But like one of the things is like we still always buy sprouted grain bread, but the sprouted grain wraps have gotten so expensive where we live. Like I think they've doubled in price in the last couple years. And so I only buy those once in a while now. And I used to have them in my house all the time because I'm trying to balance my budget with eating healthy. And so the best decision, in my opinion, it's the sprouted grain wraps. For right now, for our budget, that's not always in the cards, right? And so then I'm making a better decision than like the plain white ones, but often we just don't have wraps anymore, or I've made wraps at home, or like there's other things that we can do, right?
Like the lentil wraps, or you can use red lentils and oatmeal and a little bit of water. They make really good wraps.
Yeah, exactly. Or I've just made even like flour tortillas at home with spelt flour, and that's really good. Yeah. So like there's so many decisions on a weight loss journey that we have to apply good, better, best with. And sometimes the best decision isn't available, or it's not going to work out, or right? And so we have to just do the next best thing that we can do.
Or another good example is like with smoothies. Lots of people say, well, what kind of protein powder should I use? You know what? Look at the ingredients, read the labels, make sure you can read them and pronounce them and understand what they are, because you don't want them full of crap. But if you can't afford that for your smoothies, well, leave them out. Leave it out. You can add a quarter of an avocado and you're getting a really good nutrient in your shake or your smoothie.
Yeah. Add
So
some
there's-
Greek yogurt
Yeah,
without,
like there's
that doesn't have
things that you
sugar.
can change up. And it's just learning what you can do and what you can't do. You have to be aware of what, we don't want you to go over your budget. If you can afford the healthy things like chia seeds and you know, what were you just, the sprouted wraps, well, go for it. But if you can't, don't make that as an excuse to not eat healthy.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't have to be the the reason that you
No.
just ditch it all, right?
Have one white wrap.
Or
and-
have half of one.
Yeah, have half of one and say, that was my good choice for today and I portion controlled.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you know, we just always have to make decisions, and learning how to make the best decision given the circumstances.
And not feeling guilty about it.
Yes, and making the decisions that align with our goals. Ultimately, that's going to get you where you want to go.
That's right.
Right? If you are thinking about what you're doing and making decisions that line up with your goals, like, you'll reap what you sow.
That's
over
right.
time.
Yeah.
If you don't give up.
That's the big thing. Just do not quit. Do not give up. Be like the golfer. You know,
Yeah.
They're still working on their swing. You're still working on your healthy lifestyle, because a little bit of progress is better than none.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what else?
Well,
any more questions for today?
Yeah, maybe
It's
we
Friday.
should keep it shorter today. And
Yeah, it's Friday, it's the weekend, and I'm going to say this is the last little, well, it's the last weekend, and then the 10-day challenge is over, but we're on the countdown. And so maybe you're going to do something special this weekend, and you're wondering, oh, what should I eat? What can I do? Be prepared. Make some good decisions. If you know you're going to a restaurant, you're meeting friends, you're going out, be prepared. If you want to, phone the restaurant and ask them to email you their menu. They will, you know, or ask.
most places you can just even Google it and
Yeah,
it'll show you the menu.
yeah. Ask if they have any healthy options. Ask if you can substitute things. You know, be prepared so that you're not caught off guard, because you want to make decisions that align with your goals. What is your goal right now? Is your goal to maintain? Is your goal to lose weight? Is your goal to just learn to live a healthy lifestyle? Making good choices? What is your goal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joan says, are you ladies going to do another program? I love this program.
Awesome, Joan.
Thank you, Joan.
You never know what we're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't actually really talked about,
Yeah.
like, I'm thinking you're meaning coaching, Joan. Is that what you mean? Like
Yeah.
a small group coaching? Let us know if that's what you're referring to.
Yeah, so I'll just tell you that countdown, don't don't let you down. We're not going to let you down. Yeah, coaching.
Yeah.
I'm going to be gone for most of April. So April, you're on your own, but we're still going to be doing videos. So just make sure that you're always tuning in and being subscribed to this channel, because you never know when we're going to turn up and tune in, right? So yeah, I'm gone for a holiday that we're going with our friends, and been looking forward to this for years. And so actually going on a Panama Canal cruise with our best friends from a different city. So we're going on a 3-week cruise. So that's
And I'll just be here slogging away.
so you
Just
never know. Yeah, another 10-day challenge, Margie, probably, because we like our 10-day challenges.
Yeah. So I think our plan is to get through April, like with Ruth being away, and then we'll plan for what we're going to do prior to her going away.
Yes.
But then in May, I think we'll probably come back and do, whether it's another challenge or a small group coaching, we'll probably
Yeah.
do something.
So what works best for you, Joan and Margie and whoever else is here? A 10-day challenge or small group coaching for a month? What works best for you? Let us know in the comments right now while we have a drink.
Yeah. Hooray.
Yeah, she loves both. Well, there you go. We can't go wrong then.
That's right, yeah. Miranda says, we will make you proud, Ruth. That's awesome.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. But today's day 8. So remember, ladies, today's word of the day is excellence. And I'm going to say, you're here, you're showing up. You are really doing a really good job, like I said earlier. I am super pumped for you. I'm super proud of you because you guys are in it to win it. I love that you're showing up. I love that you're commenting. I just love what you're doing because you're just proving that you're doing what it takes. You're aligning with your goals. Your decisions are aligning with your goals. And that is just amazing.
Yeah. Margie says it's definitely motivating and helpful. 10-day.
Yeah. Awesome, Margie. So it's the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Find joy in whatever you're doing and wherever you're going and whatever you're eating. Find joy. And I think we're just going to end by saying 10 days helped me a lot. Oh, thanks, Miranda. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I will be at our grandson's birthday party. I will try to jump on maybe late.
That's fine.
Sounds good. We actually haven't talked about what time we'll do tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do a different time tomorrow because our hubby's home tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we will post in the Facebook group what time we are going live tomorrow. So maybe earlier would be better for you then.
Yeah. But maybe earlier won't be better for you because you might not get any sleep tonight.
Yeah. I'm having a sleepover. That's what I'm doing tonight. Having a sleepover with her 5-year-old, Jordan.
She's been talking about it for weeks and weeks and weeks.
She actually had her suitcase packed on
Sunday. Yeah. And every morning, Mom.
How many days?
How many days is it till my sleepover? And then yesterday she wakes up, she goes, Mom, tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's my sleepover. And then this morning, Mom, it's Friday.
It's my sleepover. And then she phones me and she says, guess what, Grandma? It's Friday. It's my sleepover. So yeah, we're having a sleepover and I'm going to make popcorn. Yeah. So I probably will have a little bit of popcorn because I make a healthy popcorn. Having that with my granddaughter. Watching some, I don't know what movie.
She wants Doc McStuffins, which is very strange because she never watches Doc McStuffins, but she'll probably change her mind when she gets here.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And we sleep together in a room downstairs, so it's just her and I in the bed, and she loves it.
Yeah. She does.
So whatever you're doing, have fun, okay? Enjoy your weekend, and we will talk to you tomorrow. So as always, we like to end these by saying, treat your body like a temple.
Not a trash can. Bye for now.